According to everyone's favorite news site, Asmongold YouTube titles and thumbnails, more than 1,000 people were arrested in Chicago by ICE people. That's right, that's illegal immigrants as well as Antifa. They're getting rounded up, they're getting thrown into holes. And I, for one, absolutely support this. And Asmongold's title and thumbnail would never lie. Now, I am going to get you up to date with the situation. And I'll be real, it's actually a lot crazier than you think. Kristi Noem and a lot of the people working at ICE are taking YouTubers around. Like, they're actually following my joke from months ago, where directly, they are bringing YouTubers on ICE raids. People are freaking out. Police are quitting because the governors are telling police not to actually help. And there is a genuine terrorist threat in the country that is following around ICE people and whacking them. It's actually really scary. And the news and the media will never cover it because the media does their absolute best to be like, yeah, actually, there's no war-torn Oregon. Actually, there's no war-torn Chicago. Actually, there's no terrorism at all. It's just ICE people randomly kidnapping innocent people. Also, I got canceled on Twitter for my opinion, which is why today we're going to be doubling down on everything. Lock in, crazy video. B an Antifa libtard tries to ambush ICE agents, shoots 3 migrants instead, kills himself. This guy is a terrorist that went up on top of a building, by an ICE facility, and he tried to murder some ICE agents. He missed the ICE agents, and the bullets ended up hitting migrants. He ended up killing migrants instead, which is, I mean, obviously tragic. I don't support any of this, but like, you have to understand, the divine comedy is there. Bro went up there to try to kill ICE agents, and he ended up killing illegals. Like, you don't understand. This dude is, I don't know, he's batting for the wrong side or something. I don't know what's going on. And apparently he was so humiliated, then he killed himself. Obviously, the media said this isn't counted as left-wing violence because he killed illegal immigrants. But this was left-wing violence because this guy is a communist. They found his social media, he's a communist. But this is a genuine, factual terrorist attack that has been done on U.S. soil against ICE agents. And I'll be honest, that's not the only one. So not only does this guy win the Retard of the Month award, but I think this guy is just one example of many, many terrorist attacks against ICE. And people are trying to get away with it because it's the gayest terrorist organization of all time. Antifa is literally a gay terrorist organization. I'm used to the radical anti-gay terrorist organizations. We're not used to the gay ones. This is different. All right, this is built different. Now, the ICE agents, as you can see, are no longer messing around. Trump gave them the order, told them to arrest everybody that's a terrorist, and they're not chill anymore. So this went super viral, and it's a very divisive video because a lot of people on the right, actually, a lot of people on the right are defending the ICE officer, and everybody on the left is defending the poor innocent victim of the wrath of this savage, brutal ICE officer. So I'm going to show you this video, and you'll let me know what you think. You'll let me know what you think about this video.
What's up? Fuck on me again. Step back. Step back. I'm on a public.
He's not doing anything. You're saying that. Whoa! He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything.
Over there.
Whoa! He's not. I'm gonna stand right here. He's not doing. I'm gonna stand right here. He's not doing anything.
Not doing anything. Not doing anything. So anyway, the crazy news here is this is a very divisive video. So I'll tell you my opinion first. My opinion is this person's mom had Tylenol while this person was pregnant. Like that's the first thing. His mom had Tylenol while she was pregnant. That's first. Second, and I think this is even more important, this dude is standing here with his hand in his pants. This looks like he's pulling out a gun. So the left is defending him because he's not doing anything. He's playing the I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. But from the perspective of this ICE officer, here you have a threatening guy that's not following orders from a federal agent with his hand very likely reaching for a gun. So they dropped the motherfucker, and I support it completely. And in fact, I'm going to go even a step further. If you are part of Antifa, you are a designated terrorist. I don't even think you need that extra bar. I really don't. I think you should stay home and not get involved in, inhibiting law enforcement from doing their job. All right, everyone's telling me to look up this Nick Sortor, Tommy guy situation. Nick Sortor. Apparently, Nick Sortor is a journalist, and apparently he was attacked. Oh, wait, this just happened an hour ago. Oh my God, this just happened an hour ago. All right, so this is Nick Sordor. He's a journalist, and he was attacked by Antifa.
Been assaulted here, and we're live, right? We got it. Okay. So now we're gonna get assaulted. You're gonna be pushed. You're gonna be. So don't do that.
They're actually assaulting this man. These are terrorists assaulting a journalist. Every single person on the left that screamed about freedom of speech when Jimmy Kimmel was suspended for 2 days is silent when terrorists are literally attacking journalists.
Where'd it go?
Oh my God. That's crazy.
I know. I've been neutral. I had to pick this up. Yes, I have. I had to pick this up because I got dropped. Yes, I did. I got as much as I could. I didn't
It's literally an army of gay Karens.
see it, and I was asking people what happened. I almost had somebody hold the camera until I saw there's medics there to help him. Hey, there's an ambulance coming in. Get out of the middle of the street.
Oh my God, dude, insane. So yeah, this is war-ravaged Portland, Oregon. No, this obviously does happen, and honestly, it's disappointing as hell that the media is trying to make believe that there's nothing happening because it's only on a few blocks. That's insane. That's crazy. Oh my God. Anyway, here's another interesting story that happened today, and I feel like it's important to bring this one up specifically before I show you the insanity. So look at this. See, this is a Department of Homeland Security vehicle, right? As you can see, the lights are on, and he's literally getting rammed from behind. This is crazy, and he's just pushing him. Bro, that's insane. They're just attacking ICE agents and federal agents. Dude, this is insurrectionist behavior. So, the guy pops out of the car, and another one joins the fray. Another car smashes into the first one. All right, so here you have one of them running away. That's insane, dude. And this is just the way it's working. So the Democrats trying their absolute best to start another civil war, while on the media claiming that nothing happened. And for the record, they did get involved. Those people were arrested for charges, lots of violent charges and stuff. I think we need to throw on the terrorism charges. All these people need to get terrorist charges as well. This is insane. There is no reason to deal with this. So this is what ICE is dealing with in Chicago. Look how insane this is. So here you have, this is the ICE, and then despite a red light, these are migrants that just chase and follow around ICE agents through the streets. Bro. It's insane. It's insane. Every single one of these people needs to be rounded up. Every single one of them. I'm a big Law and Order guy. I really am. This is insane. We don't need to live like this. Now, in case you were curious, these are the murder rates per 100,000 people. In Chicago and Illinois, blue cities, it's a murder rate of 21.2. In Kabul, Afghanistan, it's 4.0. Think about that. There are more than 5 times the amount of murders in Chicago over Kabul, Afghanistan. Are you on the same page? These people need to get obliterated. And of course, J.B. Pritzker, world's fattest governor, is sitting there, you know, screaming at the top of his lungs. It's fascism. How dare Trump actually send the guys? I can't believe it. This is crazy. Can't believe this is happening. Now, speaking of Chicago, it got even hairier. So this is a message that went into the police in Chicago, and it's disgusting.
All right, and 999, just to confirm, 39th Place in Kedzie, they were saying that they were being surrounded by that large crowd, and they were requesting the police were not sending. I'm waving off all the cars heading to 39th Place in Kedzie.
Again, those are the orders we're being given.
Okay, 10-4. And again, for all the...
Those are the orders we're being given. The government keeps telling the police to stand down, not help ICE. Yep, pretty weird.
Units that we called to go over that way, 39th Place in Kedzie, if you could just hold off. 911, 913, 923, 924, 933, 934. Just disregard that. 39th Place in Kedzie.
Yep, so Chicago police ordered not to assist ICE when they called for help while surrounded by throngs of violent, dangerous terrorists. That's it, man. That's Chirac. This is an insurrection. These are people rebelling against the government. These are people breaking the law. These are people that are aiding and abetting domestic terrorists. I am a huge stan of Law and Order. I really am. And this is not it. So I am going to stand with the brave members of our country that are fighting and putting their bodies on the line for us. our soldiers, our federal agents, our people that are going out there and fighting evil. Those guys are heroes, and I'm going to stand and I'm going to speak for them because I'll have you know, there is an unfathomable amount of death threats and bullshit that hits everyone that defends ICE. The ICE thing specifically has become this weird focal point where, they're deporting illegals, which they should not be here. They're illegal. They should leave. All right. My stance has always been very simple. If you break into the country illegally, get the hell out of the country. And I don't care how, honestly, we do it. I don't want the person to die, but the person needs to go. I'm sorry. You don't need to be here. If it's here or El Salvador, I'll pick El Salvador. I'm sorry. You should leave yourself. You shouldn't be here. Skill issue. Anyway, this is Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, and this is what she had to say on Fox, and it's terrifying.
Our intelligence indicates that these people are organized. They're getting more and more people on their team as far as attacking officers, and they're making plans to ambush them and to kill them.
This is premeditated terrorism.
Specific officers and agents that have bounties that have been put out on their heads.
What?
It's been $2,000 to kidnap them, $10,000 to kill them. They've released their pictures. They've sent them between their networks, and it's an extremely dangerous situation and unprecedented. So we've put protective detail around those individuals, changed some of our operations to keep our officers safe. But make no mistake, this isn't just about, protesting free speech or that they don't like that people out here are upholding the law of our country. They're actually going out there and saying, kill these people and we'll give you this much money to do it.
So in my opinion, the leftoids, the ones that are pushing this shit, like, for example, Gavin Newsom is trying his absolute best to make sure that law enforcement doesn't wear masks. He's like, why do federal agents wear masks? It's not fair that federal agents wear masks. Well, you guys are literally running defense for terrorists that are putting bounties on their heads, where they are firebombing their houses, where they are assaulting their families when their actual information gets out. With all due respect, any leftoid that is running defense for the people that are anti-ICE, in my opinion, are actually running defense for domestic terrorists, and they need to be brought up on terrorism charges too. At some point, I feel like we might be moving towards martial law, and I almost kind of feel like it's justified. I really do. It's insane. You can't operate a country this way. The American people elected Donald Trump to be the president of the United States of America primarily, and this is very clear, primarily because he wanted to deport illegal immigrants. Every single person that is going against ICE and going against Trump is anti-constitutional and an insurrectionist and is directly going against the basic will of the American people. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care if you scream racism. You could scream racism from El Salvador. I don't care. This is evil. Anyway, here's just a little supercut of everyone's favorite Democrats, lightly prodding people to be violent towards ICE agents.
This is Gestapo-like behavior. Plainclothes officers wearing masks are terrorizing immigrants.
The ICE issue.
Terrorizing immigrants. They're deporting invaders, as they should, for the record. As they literally should. Oh, give me a break. These people are evil.
Is alarming beyond words. Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process.
No one's disappearing. There is due process. The due process is you are not legal in the country. Get the hell out. That's the due process.
We're being hyperbolic. If you're a black and brown community, it's here. Wake up.
Dangers that we saw in Nazi Germany, especially in the earliest days of Nazi Germany, are the dangers that we need to react to now. They're taking people off the streets and sending them away. It's a 5-alarm fire, everyone.
When people talk like this, obviously it's going to organize the retards in society. The retards are going to team up with the foreign invaders and the Islamists, and you have the unholy alliance of mentally ill, gay, Transtifa teaming up with invaders from foreign nations that don't want to leave. Is this not insane?
A single ICE agent who's engaged in this aggressive overreach and are trying to hide their identities from the American people will be unsuccessful in doing that. This is not the 1930s.
In other words, we need to get their info, and these people are so disingenuous because there's another step here. Anytime the personal info of any of these ICE officers go out, their lives are literally at risk. I also think that law enforcement shouldn't be covering their face, but there is a terrorist movement in the country that is directly supported by the Democrat establishment, okay? directly supported by the Democrat establishment, and they are defending these people and releasing them from prisons as they terrorize, harass, and firebomb ICE agents and dox them, harass their families. Like, you don't understand. Hassan Piker was telling his audience of tens of thousands of people, he was telling them to go threaten ICE agents, threaten their lives. It works. They'll quit if you threaten them enough. He said that to his audience. Do you understand what we're dealing with? We're actually dealing with a terrorist threat. Dude, someone in my chat just said, it was supposed to be predators versus aliens, not predators teaming up with aliens. The predators are the Democrats, obviously. They want to castrate your children.
And every single one of them, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, will of course be identified.
Donald Trump's modern day Gestapo is scooping folks up off the streets. They're in unmarked vans, wearing masks, being shipped off to foreign torture dungeons. No chance to mount a defense.
Do you understand how insane it is when you hear stuff like this? Like, dude, the average liberal guy that's in college and is probably on some sort of antidepressants. All right, look, let me tell you about modern day college. You go in a boy, you come out a grown woman. That shit's crazy. Yeah, dude, it's a national security threat is the liberal establishment.
Not even a chance to kiss a loved one goodbye. Just grabbed up by masked agents, shoved into those vans, and disappeared.
Right, so then you hear this from, like, this guy, you know, he was supposed to be the vice president of the United States under Kamala Harris. So you hear that from him, and, you know, you believe him. You actually believe him. Shipped off without due process to foreign torture dungeons. That sounds crazy. That sounds insane. Yeah, no, Trump dodged a bullet, and so did the country.
We need to make sure that there's a firewall that they have to come through before they get to them.
Early evidence that we've seen from rounds that were found near the suspected shooter contain messages that are anti-ICE in nature.
Yeah, no shit.
Again, this is just the most recent example of this type of attack.
So that's what we're dealing with, man. That's what we're dealing with. The Gestapo is here, and they are not ICE. So that's what we're up against, man. We're up against an institutionalized terrorist network that is being governed by the people in charge. There's this guy named Jay Jones. I covered this in my previous video. He is a guy running for some government position right now, and he's endorsed by all the Democrats. He had leaked text messages where he was talking about how he really wanted to murder innocent people that he didn't like Republicans. He wanted to murder Republicans and their children because they're breeding fascist babies. So he wants to murder them and their kids. And he has all these text messages released, and he doesn't get condemned by a single Democrat. Not one. That's what we're dealing with. These people that directly want to kill us. So Caroline Leavitt was getting a lot of heat on the timeline for this one. So they asked her a question. They basically tried to hit her with a gotcha. What if an illegal immigrant goes to an emergency room? Because on the one hand, we don't want our health care to be funded by the taxpayer go to illegals, obviously. We want it to go to citizens. But on the other hand, what, are you just going to let him die on the floor in the hospital? So they hit her with this really cringe gotcha question.
And it is an undisputed fact, a fact that under the Biden administration, illegal aliens were absolutely receiving taxpayer-funded healthcare benefits. In fact, in fiscal year 2024, Medicaid costs for emergency services for illegal immigrants skyrocketed by 142% from the previous year to $9.1 billion. That's
for the record, just to be clear, $9.1 billion for emergency medicine. That's just the emergency room. That's no other benefits. It's just the emergency room. Now, for those of you that don't understand how much $9 billion is, that is more than triple the foreign aid that went to Israel. Or, it's 4 times the amount of foreign aid that went to Argentina. For the record, that's an insane, and that's 1 year, and that's just the emergency room. And that's our money, our tax dollars. $9 billion. All right, now, to be clear, that's literally just emergency rooms. That's insane.
9.1 billion taxpayer dollars that were going to emergency services for illegals.
And also, illegal immigrants used the emergency room as their personal doctor because, they get a little cut or whatever, they would go to the emergency room. And the reason why they would do that is because they would get seen and it would be paid for by me.
President Trump's last full fiscal year under his first administration and Joe Biden's last full fiscal year, Medicaid spending on emergency services for illegal immigrants nearly tripled. There was an increase of 196% between 2020 and 2024. And I have a chart here for you, and I'm more than happy to email it to you. I'd also like to add, because some were asking dishonest questions yesterday about emergency rooms. In Southern California, according to healthcare professionals in 2023, under the Biden administration, Southern California's entire healthcare system was being bombarded with illegal immigrants and forcing American patients to endure longer wait times. In Denver...
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Get them all out. Remove all of them.
Colorado, the CEO of Denver Health stated that 8,000 illegal immigrants made 20,000 visits to the city's health system in 2023, leaving an uncompensated bill totaling over $10 million. So when an illegal alien goes to the emergency room, who's paying for it? The American taxpayer.
True.
The main safety net hospital in Denver had to turn away patients due to the massive influx of illegal immigrants into the community, and UC Health Hospitals in 2024 reported their system was under stress from an increasing number of migrants. As a result, according to the head of emergency departments and urgent cares across the hospital system, access is impeded for everyone. These are healthcare professionals who dealt with this directly, and there's a lot more where that came from.
So you have to understand, it's not just $9 billion of our tax money that goes to illegal invaders' emergency room healthcare, but it's also people that want to go to the emergency room that need to wait for so much longer. The wait is tripled in these emergency rooms because these people will only go to emergency rooms. They can't go to a regular doctor because they're not legal in the country. They don't actually have healthcare. They manipulate the system by going to emergency rooms. They flood the emergency rooms and they make it brutal for everyone else. It's a stress on the system that doesn't need to exist and shouldn't exist at all. So anyway, she was getting a lot of heat on the timeline. As you can see, this one tweet got 12 million views. And then you have retards out here, you know. I don't think immigrants or anyone should die on the hospital floor because of their legal status. People are really freaking out about this. They're so mad. They're so mad. They're like, I can't believe it. You want them to die because they're not technically, they don't have the right documentation? You want them to die? So let me tell you my response. This was my response, and it was good. It was a really good response. So if an illegal alien goes to emergency room, they should just die? No, that's horrible. The doctors should do everything in their power to save them because every human life is precious. Now, during the recovery, because that's the doctor's job, right? The doctor, they take an oath, they save people, that's their job. During the recovery process, they should be detained, of course. They invaded our nation illegally. The moment they recover, they should immediately get deported to their homeland. They invaded ours, no reason to stay. Their government should then be forced to pay the hospital bill instead of the American taxpayers, and they should publicly thank the good people of America for taking the initiative for saving the life of one of their citizens. Ideally, this whole hassle would be avoided if they didn't come here illegally or if they were deported before getting injured. God bless. All right, this was my tweet. I support my tweet. I actually fully support what I said here. So a lot of people were really upset at me for this one. It's not perfect of a solution. You know, it still clogs emergency rooms, but I feel like illegals won't abuse the emergency room system because they know they're going to get deported. So anyway, in my opinion, this is the best possible solution that I could think of myself. And I got a lot of people agreeing with me. Lots of people agreed with me in the comments. It was pretty based, actually. It was pretty based. Didn't they make a movie with Matt Damon about a bunch of Mexicans illegally going to America for free medical care? It's almost like Hollywood is a propaganda machine for the enemy. Kind of crazy. Anyway, dude, I get so many of these. Like the classic casual anti-Semitism. Our nation, American taxpayers, you are from Canada, you live in Israel. I am American, I live in America. I pay taxes to America. So, you know, anyway, again, I love these people. They're great. So, anywho, you have to see, and I get so many of these because Hassan Piker keeps pushing to his audience, telling them that I live in Adam, but it's Israeli. And I'm not. It's insane. So, anyway, dude, you are an Israeli piece of shit. Your healthcare is bigger leech to taxpayers than undocumented immigrants. I'm not Israeli. I pay more taxes than you. Israel doesn't use American money for healthcare. It must be rough being going through life this retarded. So, it's insane. I got some real retards in chat. Which is appreciated. Now, a lot of people started asking me questions. Okay, and suppose that country doesn't pay, which is what will almost certainly happen. There's almost no legal mechanism to enforce it. So then what? The hospital eats hundreds of thousands of dollars? And this is where I respond. Add it to the tariff bill. It's actually really simple. We have tariffs on other nations, and we should add a couple $100K per year onto the tariff bill every single year based on the amount of healthcare that their nation's fucking citizens actually got from our healthcare system. 100% easy solution, right? The libtards didn't see it this way. Oh, awesome. You want to tax Americans to pay for healthcare instead of our tax? They took, when the libtard establishment said that we pay the tariffs, they took it seriously. They thought that we actually pay the tariffs. They don't realize that the term "we pay the tariffs" is because it's that obvious. The reason why we pay the tariffs is because if another country needs to pay more to get it in, then we need to pay more for the product. Not if we just add fees for them abusing our healthcare system. We would not pay for that. But then again, I understand economics, and you repeat leftoid talking points. Dude, this is tax Americans more to pay for it. Bro, tariffs are not a tax on America. These people are insane. They understand absolutely nothing about economics. So I got so many of the leftoid. So the American taxpayers pay for it. That's not how tariffs work. Either they are purposefully ignorant or they're actually retarded. So the leftoids pop in, the leftoids pop in constantly. Americans pay for it, tax Americans. Glad to see you're dumb as our president when it comes to tariffs. Tariff duties are passed on to the consumer. This is not about consumption. This is just adding an extra couple of $100,000 to a bill. These people are actually retarded. So anyway, so that was the first thing that a lot of people were calling me out for, retardedly, because they understand nothing about economics. But this is the one that really got me into trouble. This guy says, I have a bit of a problem with this take. Wouldn't the expectation that they'll get deported if they go to a hospital prevent them from getting the medical help they need? And my response was, skill issue. Yeah, if you are so scared of getting deported that you are willing to die and not go to an emergency room, that's a skill issue, bro. Sorry, man. What do you want me to say? We are giving you you should not be in the country. Let me make this clear. You should not be in this country. And people were really mad at me for this one, which, again, I don't care. Precisely what's the problem. Sure. Truly psycho thing. Evil. Diabolical. You're a dick issue. No, you moron. You're a monster. Yeah, so I obviously got a lot of people not so happy about this, but that's because they're retarded and gay. So again, I don't take my moral cues from retarded gay people. I'll be real. They should not be in this country. They should be deported anyway. And if they're so scared of getting deported that they're not willing to go to be a burden on our healthcare system, then that is literally on them. They should go to a black market vet or some shit. I don't care. That's not my business at all. It really isn't. I'm giving you the best option of all time. That's it. Nux, prove you live in America? Well, you want my fucking social security number? You want me to show you my tax details? Nah, you're all retarded. Anyway, the Pope got involved. This is the Pope blessing ICE. Not because of the ICE agents, obviously. But this is blessing climate change. This is the Pope blessing climate change. Pope, why did we get a woke Pope, guys? I'm not even Catholic, but bro, we got a woke Pope. Anyway, he got worse. So this is him praying for diversity. He releases the diversity ad about how it's important to welcome people from other borders and stuff. With this epic, beautiful musical video. There's just a smidge of heresy in this video, man. Listen, I'm obviously not a Catholic, so I'm not personally involved here. But I'm sorry for you guys, is what I'm trying to say.
Let us pray that believers in different religious traditions might work together to defend and promote peace, justice, and human fraternity.
Is bro blessing different religions? Like, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity are essentially monotheistic religions. You're worshiping the same God, all right? Some would argue yes, no, whatever, but you can make the argument that yes. You can make the argument, is what I'm trying to say. Pagan religions are literally violating the first 2 commandments of the 10 commandments. I am your Lord God, and do not take upon yourself any other gods. That's heresy. That is straight heresy. I am actually shocked that the Pope is out here straight up praising heretics that violate the first 2 commandments in collaboration between different religious traditions.
Lord Jesus, you who in diversity are one.
That is not a thing. I mean, again, I'm not a Christian. I'm not going to make believe that I'm getting involved. You who in diversity are one? You have got to be kidding me. Again, not a Christian, but like, come on, dude. What are we doing?
And look lovingly at every person.
Oh my God.
Help us to recognize ourselves as brothers and
that's a Sikh.
Sisters.
That dude, again, not trying to be rude here, but according to, Christianity, that dude is a heretic.
Called to live, pray, work, and dream together.
Right. Pray together? Pray together? What do you mean pray together? You are telling people to pray to false gods? I don't even know. Like, dude, the African pagans? Like, what are we even doing?
We live in a world full of beauty, but also wounded by deep divisions.
All right, we have to stop divisions and start diversity.
Sometimes religions, instead of uniting us, become a cause of confrontation. Give us your spirit to purify our hearts, so that we may recognize what unites us, and from there, learn again how to listen and collaborate without destroying. May the concrete examples of peace, justice, and fraternity in religions inspire us to believe that it is possible to live and work together beyond our differences.
I don't know why the Pope is out here preaching for other religions. Like, I'm just surprised, man. Like, I just don't know.
May religions not be used as weapons or walls, but rather lived as bridges and prophecy, making the dream of the common good credible, accompanying life, sustaining hope, and being the yeast of unity in a fragmented world. Amen.
Yeah, diversity is Jesus or something, or is what he said. So anyway, he made this really gay tweet, no offense to the Pope, obviously, saying no one should be forced to flee, nor exploited or mistreated because of their situation as foreigners or people in need. Human dignity must come first. Essentially, what this dude is saying, what the Pope is saying, that don't deport illegal immigrants because everyone needs respect and love. That's crazy. Dude is getting involved in what, American policy? So I saw this response, which is pretty based. This is from Deuteronomy 28:43. Foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power while you gradually lose yours. They will have money to lend you, but you will have none to lend them. In the end, they will be your rulers. Bible! Deuteronomy 28:43. It's literally there! So anyway, I don't know why the woke out here is actually cooking so hard. Like, I don't know why we need to deal with this, man. I don't get it. And also, the reason why I'm bringing this all together in this beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous, glorious moment is because remember how I was telling you how thousands are arrested in Chicago? The Pope is literally from Chicago. So anyway, I wanted to see what this is all about. Benny Johnson, YouTuber, went on an ICE raid with Kristi Noem and ICE, arresting illegals in Chicago. They're bringing YouTubers on ICE raids. So lock in. Let's see what it's all about.
Yo, what's up, guys? Today we are going on an ICE raid with Secretary Kristi Noem through
Chirac.
Chicago. It's going to be an absolutely wild day. This is one of the hottest topics in the entire country. Come along with us as we show you what a day in the life of an ICE agent inside of one of America's most Democrat left-wing cities is actually like.
Oh, it's a gaytheist.
These are exactly the kind of people that we want to be pissing off.
They're like actually the most insufferable people around.
If you F around hard enough, will you find out?
That is the question.
Guys, it is 5 a.m. We are down in the tower of the Trump Tower garage in Chicago.
Nice.
Behind us is the...
Oh my God, they're literally deploying ICE agents from Trump towers because the actual government isn't willing to help them. That's insane.
ICE security vehicles for the Department of Homeland Security will be rolling today with DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Hi, Secretary. On an ICE raid in Chicago. Come with us as we show you what these operations are like. And it's a government shutdown, so these boys are just doing it for the love of the game, man. They're not even getting paid. They want to keep criminals off our streets. They want to make sure that criminal aliens are deported. And most importantly...
It's crazy. It's like they're actually the fucking gaytheists. This is insane. It's like, dude, man, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm biased because, like, when I hear about, like, terrorist attacks, I think about, you know, like the terrorist attacks in Israel, for example, where you have, like, these hardened fucking Hamas, Hezbollah fighters, you know, raised from the womb with the only thing in their mind, like, they want to kill Jews, and that's the only thing they want to do. And they come out there, and they're fucking spitting at you and shit. And they will die. They will die before backing down. You know, that's what I'm thinking of. And then we over here, God has blessed us with retarded enemies. I'm sorry, God, thank you for making our enemies gay and retarded. It truly is a blessing upon us. Thank you so much for not making them religious zealots, but on the contrary, making them part of a different religion, the religion of gaytheism.
That America is safe. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to rock and roll. So to come along with us on an ICE raid in Chicago. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. It's crazy, dude.
Let's rock and roll.
They're bringing YouTubers. They're bringing YouTubers.
Dark Knight. Am I right? Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's right.
It's amazing underneath Chicago. You recognize some of these tunnels from the actual Dark Knight series. And then we went to the Broad View.
That's true.
Some of these tunnels.
Oh my God, they were Batman got was chasing the Joker. Oh my God, I didn't even know that was filmed in Chicago.
From the actual
makes sense, to be fair.
Dark Knight series. And then we went to the Broadview ICE facility. There were a bunch of left-wing orcs waiting.
Dude, it's crazy to see the orcs.
And then we went to the Broadview ICE facility. There were a bunch of...
Dude, look at this. Look at this group of people. Like, these are deeply lonely, unemployed, childless, sack of shit communists. Like, look at these people. Like, look at this dude over here. This guy with this fucking keffiyeh. All right, this is Free Palestine / anti-ICE. Like, is that not the most insane thing of all time? Is that not, like, crazy?
Left-wing orcs waiting for us. This is the main ICE processing center in Chicago. We go inside after getting welcomed in by what looks like a team that is ready to conquer Baghdad. But you need this kind of team. But this is the location that has been constantly attacked by left-wing protesters.
This is the A-team. They're here to either conquer Baghdad or arrest some gay-theists in Chicago.
Months.
So we are outside of the official processing center, the ICE headquarters in Chicago. This is exactly where...
And as you can see, there's snipers on the roof like there always are now ever since people started actually trying to assassinate ICE agents. It's insane that we need to live like this.
They bring in the detainees to process them and then ship them off to be deported. This is the #1 most attacked ICE facility in America. There are obviously a military garrison everywhere. They've had to board up the windows, it's so under attack. You can see there's clearly detail and snipers on the roof. So it is going to be rowdy today. There are protesters everywhere. They've had to put up giant
terrorists
gates in order to just cordon off and secure this area.
Insane. Like, dude, can we just make this clear for a second? I really think that every single one of these protesters needs to get charged. Like, they need to get charged with terrorism. I don't understand why we're not doing this. I don't understand. They're basically sitting here to stop the feds from arresting the criminals. ICE is doing their job by getting illegal immigrants out of this country. It's not Gestapo shit. It's not Nazi shit. These people invaded our country and they're getting them out. It's insane. Why is this complicated? That's the law. That's literally what we voted Trump in to do. I don't know why everyone's losing their mind over this. Like, I'm telling you, these people are actually just lobotomized, manipulated, over-medicated, trans-Tifa retards.
It's getting real out here.
When we got inside, Kristi Noem walked the building, raising the spree de corps of the ICE agents that worked there. And then she went up to the sniper's nest up top of the building.
All right, we're going to the roof. There have been so many attacks on this facility, they've had to install security barriers around the actual facility itself.
Unbelievable that a sniper needed to be positioned up here, but
we're literally up against terrorists in this country at this point. It's not just a couple of retards from a college that are holding up street signs. They want to kill you.
These, of course, are very dangerous times. Kristi Noem, though, fearless and facing down the left-wing protesters.
Is it like that every day?
Facing them down from a roof with a sniper. Based.
Yeah, a little bit more today.
Look, man, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Never fight a fair fight if you could win with overwhelming force. All right, nobility is not for terrorists. Nobility is for chess and duels. Okay, if it's not a duel, I don't give a shit about nobility. You win with overwhelming force. I'm sorry, that's how it is. If they declare war on you, they are terrorists trying to kill you, you destroy them. I don't give a shit. I don't want this fair fight garbage.
Yeah.
If it's a fair fight, you didn't do enough planning.
A little more today, but they're dropping shields off again last night, and that lets us know this may get a little better.
Is there a constant presence here of protesters and agitators?
Yeah. Yes.
Makes it hard to do the job?
That's why 100 National Guard are coming to this facilities because
Yep. What's going on, homie? How we doing? Hey, thank you for being out here. We're here to support you guys. How is it out here? Crazy?
It gets goofy, yeah. They get out of control. The locals won't enforce anything.
Yeah.
So then they leave it up to feds to handle it. And then they get upset when they start obstructing vehicles and they get dragged out of there or pepper sprayed or use gas on them. They would just come on the street, get in front of the vehicles, lay in front of the cars.
Do you feel like you have the backing of the president? You feel like the administration?
100%.
Yeah.
Dude, thank God.
You feel like
it's night and day. You can tell the difference.
Yeah, my man.
I mean, think about it. Imagine being an ICE agent under Biden when they literally have the border open and they're pouring in millions and millions of illegals that, like, you can't even follow them. You can't even pay attention to them.
Yep. Yo, so heavy work behind us. We are getting ready to move out. As you can see, there are protesters over here that are waiting in order to obstruct these vehicles.
Again, I don't know why not every single one of these protesters should be treated with an obstruction of justice charge. It's like, why are we playing games with them? They're calling you a Nazi fascist anyway. Look, people could take this the wrong way. but earn the fucking title, okay? Obviously, I'm joking. I don't support Nazi fascists. Okay, I disavow. But literally, these people need to get arrested.
Allowed to obstruct these vehicles, so they got heavy work in front of them. I don't know what's going to happen next. I guess we're going to see. We got protesters, hundreds of protesters. They're not allowed to block these cars, so I guess we're going to find out. If you F around hard enough, will you find out?
And then it was time to roll out from the Broadview ICE facility. Now, this was not going to be an easy task because the entire facility was surrounded by left-wing terrorists.
True.
And so, what do we do next? Well, Kristi Noem sent out the big boys, the skullcrackers, the military vehicles, and the state police, who are finally cooperating with ICE in order to break up the terror.
Dude, this is a threat.
The state police, who are finally cooperating with ICE.
Make racists afraid again. This is literally a threat. It's a threat of violence because they call everyone racist. So they're basically threatening everybody that voted for Trump. This is insane. This is crazy. Like that people could do this. If this offends you, then that means you're racist. And is that illegal?
In order to break up the
Is that a crime?
And boy,
your words mean nothing anymore. I'm sorry. You've overplayed your hand, demon.
Were not happy. Many of them assaulted police. A lot of them were arrested, and many of them, boy, they sure do love our channel. Listen to this.
Just wanting to show everybody exactly how nice it is out here. What a peaceful protest it is. How pleasant the left-wing protesters are. There we go. I just want to give you an example right behind us of exactly how popular we are. I think we have some subscribers here.
I don't think so.
Hello.
Bro, this is actual Concord DLC. Like, this is the character selection screen for, like, woke video games.
We have some surprisers. We're so proud, actually. These are exactly the kind of people that we want to be pissing off.
Man, that's
so we just want to say thank you for subscribing.
I love this, man. I love this, dude. This is cinema, man.
Your tears that keep us going, actually.
Thanks for subscribing, Lib. Anyway, probably about a dozen left-wing terrorists arrested for...
Look at these people. Like, they look like a lineup of, like, very, very cheap prostitutes. Like, yeah, like I was standing on the road in the hood waiting for someone to pick them up for $20.
For attacking police officers.
Although I do think that someone needs to give Benny a bulletproof vest. Like, he's a target. He needs to stay safe.
And ICE officers.
These individuals assaulted.
Like, I know that he's literally surrounded by snipers and stuff, but I feel like he should definitely be wearing a vest.
ICE officers as they were trying to clear out the area.
No, but this is literally, it's the gay suicide squad. It's like your average trans Tifa woman looks like Harley Quinn, except fat Harley Quinn.
Behind us over here, this is where the engagement was. There were protesters blocking the entire lane here. Thankfully, it looks like they have been cleared out by authorities, but it's been taken about 30 minutes to move the actual protest. So
that is an obstruction of justice, Harley Chins. That's an obstruction of justice. If it takes 30 minutes to get your car out of your house, that is an obstruction of justice. They should all go to jail. I don't know why we're playing these games. Until they actually face justice, they're just gonna keep doing this.
Vehicles can get through. What you want to do is be able to drive the Secretary.
Actually, it's the tranny ban every time.
Of Homeland Security out onto the road.
Secretary, what's your message to the protesters?
There's consequences for breaking the law and for jeopardizing our law enforcement and while they're doing their work. And we're glad we've got people that'll step up, like these guys that are here today, making sure that...
We need to do a lot more arrests. All right, that's my hot take. We got to open up the hole and throw them in. I'm sorry, open up the hole.
They're conducting operations and doing so safely.
You got a dozen arrests over here. They're yelling at you. What's your message to the overall leftists who want to be violent in America today?
You know, leave this country. We don't want you. Go away.
All right, that works, I guess.
Or we'll put you in jail.
Hey!
Eventually, Kristi Noem
was
able to move out from the ICE facility, and then we were off to the brand new building that she wants to.
Someone in my chat just said, get them all one by one. I disagree. Get them by the fistful, all right? Every single one of those people that was obstructing justice, blocking ICE officers from doing their job, arresting criminals, every single one of those should get rounded up immediately. Let God sort them out, if you know what I'm saying. Figure that shit out later. I'm sorry. Treat them like the way the Gen 6ers were treated. Except, unlike the Gen 6ers, where the majority of those people really didn't do anything. It was only some people that pushed cops or broke windows or whatever. And who knows even who those were with all the federal agents involved. But I don't know, man. I don't know why we're playing this game. Lasso him up, baby.
by. Kristi Noem wishes to expand ICE's presence in Chicago and purchase a 200,000 square foot monster facility. This facility is obviously the kind of place where you could really 10x processing of criminal aliens in Chicago, and that is going to make libs cry. Libs are already losing their minds over this.
No, I don't think people realize the level of downfall that we're seeing here. No, this is crazy. People are really losing their shit over this.
We were walking with Kristi Noem, and we're thinking, wait a second, we have to come up with a new name for this facility. It can't be Alligator Alcatraz.
True.
That's a catchy name, but that's in Florida. It's not a Chicago name. So we did actually come up with a name on the spot. After workshopping it with Kristi Noem, we've come up with the Deep Dish Deportation Depot.
That works. I was going to say the Whack House Warehouse, but I guess yours works.
And that's caught on. Watch.
This is from the conservative podcaster Benny Johnson. He, alongside DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, toured a building here in the Chicago area that will reportedly soon house undocumented migrants with the nickname Deep Dish Deportation Center.
Watching the leftoids on the news repeating memes just being made by people, that's insane. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Already circulating.
Kristi Noem also tried to get into the Public Works building, like the City Hall of Broadview, Illinois, and she was blocked from coming in.
The restroom? We can. All right, thank you. Interesting. That's what Governor Pritzker says is cooperation and keeping people safe.
They refused to let her in. They won't let ICE agents use the bathroom in this facility.
So why wouldn't they let you in? What's been going on here? What's been going on here, Secretary?
We're coming to go out and do some operations, pick up some guys with criminal convictions on them, and the city police wouldn't even let us use a restroom.
And you were just...
That's the city police. Dude, that's crazy. I like, it's insane. Like, why even have elections? What is the point of an election if you're literally not willing to embrace the will of the American people based on what they actually want? Like, I understand trying to steal an election behind the scenes and be sneaky about it. All right, that I get, all right? You know, the whole Russia hoax, Obama trying to make believe Trump was being controlled by Russia in 2016, or, I mean, whatever the fuck happened in 2020. I don't know. We're not getting involved there. Stealing elections behind the scene, all right, sure. But, like, once we recognize that Trump is the president of the United States and he really ran on deporting illegals, how could any person go against ICE? How could you tell people to stand up against ICE? I want to see all of these politicians in jail for organizing terrorist movement against federal agents doing their duty. Like, this is a different breed of retard.
Blocked by a worker here for the city?
At the building here in Broadmoor would not allow us to go in and to use the restroom at the police station. So as much as these local leaders and governors talk about cooperating and having the backs of our law enforcement officers, this is what we have to put up with every single day.
And this is exactly how completely and totally cooked Democrats are in Chicago. What a bunch of DEI hires.
Insane.
After exiting that facility, Kristi Noem went on an actual literal ICE raid. We raided a Walmart parking lot.
Okay, so they've slapped vests on us. So
As they should.
mean business. We're going on to heavy work.
They took us to the belly of the beast. Home Depot.
Let's go. They just rolled up a couple of dudes who were sitting in the Walmart parking lot. As soon as we rolled in, a bunch of people jumped the fences. You see them running and fleeing.
That's insane. How is that real? How is this real life?
We were able to get a couple of guys, roll them up, and yeah, people aren't too happy about it here. One of the guys pulled up and started screaming. Other locals are like yelling, but it is a rowdy scene.
Criminal aliens were jumping the fences. It's wild.
Nux, where's your empathy? You're a monster. Dude, every single person that calls me a monster for thinking that illegal immigrants shouldn't be in the country illegally just makes me a little happier to know that I'm up against retards. It really makes me happy. You don't understand. It makes me happy. So please, keep calling me a monster on social media. It'll definitely work at one point. It'll definitely change my whole tune. See, again, I got some people in my chat saying I don't see illegals as human. I think that's disgusting also. Don't get me wrong. I think they're human, made in the image of God. I pray for them. They're not allowed to be in my country. Get the hell out. Don't get me wrong. I don't want them to die. They can't be here, though. All right? It's that simple. It really is. If a country doesn't have borders, you don't have a country.
Scene were fleeing in their vehicles, peeling out, and a couple of them were rolled up by ICE. And then we also went on a raid of a violent offender and rapist who was also arrested by ICE agents and taken
and again, people are obstructing ICE agents from arresting rapists
to custody.
Insane.
This is a
I don't see them as citizens. They're not citizens. They're invaders. You look at them as invaders, foreign invaders from foreign nations invading ours. They're taking our shit. They are stealing our jobs. They are taking our taxpayer dollars that are going to their health care. Absolutely not. Return to sender. And if the sender doesn't want him, I don't care. I do not care. It's not my throw them off a plane with a parachute over their country. They shouldn't be here. They're parasites on the system. Again, I pray for them. I really hope that they're okay. I want nothing bad to happen to these people. I'm sure that the circumstances that they came from was really bad. But that doesn't mean you need to fuck up my shit here. There's a process. If you don't want to follow it, get the hell out.
Wildly successful day with Kristi Noem. I can't believe that the Secretary of Homeland Security is allowed to go on these raids. It was fascinating to watch. There was a lot of FA and a lot of FO happening. It is a beautiful thing that federal law enforcement is enforcing the laws of the land. You want a nation of law.
It's disgusting that the states aren't willing to actually work together on this. It really is.
You want a nation of rule of law. The laws in America say that you must be here legally and not criminally. The Trump administration is just enforcing that law. The professionalism of law enforcement.
Oh, well, sorry. Oh, dude, the man bun. Like, they're all, like, actual caricatures. Like, bro, this is a 60-year-old man with a pot belly and a man bun, dude. Dude, he looks like he comes out of some, like, anti-woke cartoon. It's insane. Like, this is like the guy, he looks like the guy. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro's company, made a show called Mr. Bircham. It's an animated show about super woke teacher. All right, and like, you know, it's not very good. Not the point. It doesn't matter. It's not great, to be honest. Like, I've seen better. It's not very good. But this is the guy. Like, dude, are you joking? This is one. They have the same hoodie, the same like upper layer, lower layer, the beard, the man bun, the thick glasses. Like, dude, this is like, it's insane. It's like an actual caricature.
Strength of federal law enforcement and the courtesy of federal law enforcement was on full display, and it was a beautiful thing to see. Proud to stand with the ICE agents that we were with that day, the DHS, Homeland Security Police, the FBI, whole of government approach to making sure that America...
They're in zip ties, and I saw people saying they're putting them in zip ties. Yeah, they are. They're terrorists. Well, what do you mean?
...is safe, even if the leaders of Chicago don't want it to be.
You can still hear the FBI helicopter overhead. A wild day here in Chicago.
Nux's pronunciation of caricature is so grating to me. What can I say? What can I say? I'm a dual citizen. I'm Canadian-American. Canadian debuff. No one's perfect. No one's perfect.
Got to witness multiple ICE raids. Got to see the ICE facility and the protesters. And Kristi Noem was part of it all. You've never seen Kristi Noem in an actual ICE raid. It was crazy. So... what's the point? The point is that you live inside of a country. That country has rules. Those rules are that you can't be here criminally or illegally. And so you got to follow those rules. And if it hurts your feelings, well, you know, tough. Like, don't come here illegally, I guess. But
skill
the
issue.
Most important...
literally, skill issue. It's not my problem to baby you.
Thing is that for a state like Chicago, and for a place like this, don't be violent, right? We saw a bunch of arrests today.
It's insane. It's actually the gay Avengers. This is insane. The retard Avengers, bro.
Well, we assume our American citizens and left-wingers that attack cops don't do that,
Jail.
Right? They're not messing around, and this is a administration that's going to make America safe again. So,
hope so.
You know, you can do it the easy way or the hard way, as they say. I guess today was the hard way. It's your boy Benny here in Chicago. See ya.
That was great. That was a great video, dude. I love that Benny Johnson goes around. Like his actual on the ground videos, in my opinion, those are great. Like his actual news coverage stuff, whatever, they're like, whatever, average. I mean, he's just covering breaking news, which I guess I respect. I do it too. But dude, his on the ground shit is hilarious. It really is. Yeah, anyway, so that was this situation. The Pope blessed ICE. The Pope said that we should let people into our borders. The Pope went against the Bible. And the Bible says, Deuteronomy 28:43, foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power while you gradually lose yours. They will have money to lend you, but you will have none to lend them. In the end, they will be your rulers. Thank you, God, for being based, as always. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.